Hello? Ah, why is it big screen? Make me little. Thank you. Hello? Hello, world. My mother will be here shortly, I hope. Haha. Yeah, I really wish there was a and Ronald has said this multiple times before. I really wish there was a setting on the game where you if you only have a few players, then you can unlock more so that you can type more words in.
Yeah.
Also, your name isn't there. You're gonna have to retype it again for the 100th time.
My name is there. You just can't see it.
I cannot, which means the people cannot.
They can see it.
No. We went over this last time. Ronald said that you couldn't see it either.
That was last time.
Okay. What makes you think this is any different?
Because the internet is a strange place.
Got it. Ronald says this time too. It's not different.
Okay, how about now?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I think literally everyone is off to a slow start today. Because I was like, oh, I'm having trouble getting up. Because I slept absolutely horrible last night. I was cramping all night and I kept waking up and tossing and turning and couldn't get comfortable. So I had a hard time. And then I was expecting the stream to be up. And then I get up and I'm like, oh, I don't see anything. And I call you. You're still passed out. And then Ronald says he slept in late too and was making breakfast.
I almost treated y'all to my pajamas. I was going to just roll in here in my pajamas, but I thought, no, I'll be nice and put clothes on.
We literally need one more point. Oh my goodness. I don't think we're going to get it. Yes! Ooh, we got 2 words. We only have 4 words left, but I have no idea what those words would be. I got some room service before the cameras turned on. I have toast.
Toast, good for you.
Mm-hmm.
I had planned to have my burritos this morning, but my breakfast burritos, but I did not wake up in time. Well, technically, I woke up and then, but it was before dawn, so I went back to sleep.
Look at you getting big words. How many points is each word worth? Is it like a certain number of points per letters?
I'm not sure. And somebody already got there and where.
I got here, there, and where. All the location words. Hey, looky there. Mm.
Wee!
Wee.
Which I would not have said was a word.
I'm just gonna guess everything since we know that there's like words in other languages. I'm like, it doesn't feel like a word, but who knows?
That faithful 1 star.
Mm-hmm. Always. Why didn't I just add the S? What am I doing?
I don't know.
Ooh, that one was just given to me. It's just sitting right there.
Ah! I was going to do that word.
Did you not know I was gonna do it? I said it was just sitting right there. I don't think we got it.
Mm-mm.
Not Noid! The Noid!
That's what I was thinking, the Noid.
Yeah, I got nothing. We were so close. Okay, I think we are done with this.
We are done.
Oh, don't make me big.
Don't make me big.
Well, we both have to be big because
Why?
this is our live stream.
Our live
both
stream?
gonna-
Are you sure?
I have no way of making us any smaller.
I'm pretty sure it's your live stream.
Incorrect. Change the music.
You're the one looking all cute and ready to be on camera. I'm pretty sure this is your live stream.
I'm not. I fully just threw my hair up into my 90s side ponytail. And these are some overalls that I got on Temu that just came in yesterday.
Cute.
Yes. I like them a lot. They came in like 5X, so they're like pretty roomy and comfortable. We're gonna ignore all sense of like order and how we normally do things. But look. Oh, wait, which way do I need to go? This way.
Cute.
Right? I got pockets.
Cute. I need a pair of those. Cute.
And they go all the way down so I don't feel like I'm wearing high waters.
Yeah, for an Asian company, they get the plus sizes right for Americans.
Mm-hmm.
Because usually Asian plus sizes are like tiny.
Yes. I think once they realize that, no, this is not from Men's Warehouse. This is from Temu. Because I still have not got my first paycheck from Men's Warehouse, but I needed some decent clothes. And I figured this would be something that I could maybe dress up kind of cute, but also wear on like the cruise and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Looks good.
Yeah, I got two of these, and then let's do the like proper introduction in a second. But I got two of these, and then I got because I got this one, and I got another one that I'll maybe wear on stream next week. But I also ordered 4 button-up shirts that I could wear. Unfortunately, Ronald, I just don't have money to buy more clothes really anywhere else. So it was my only option at the moment. But I got these, and I got 4 button-up shirts, but they were in men's sizes. And so I was guessing that I would be a large in the men's size, but I was not. So none of them fit. I got 4 button-up shirts and none of them fit. So I'm thinking I might, I'm thinking since I have these 4 shirts and I'm not going to go through the effort to try to send them back. I already have the shirts and I like the patterns on the shirts and everything. So I might bust out the sewing machine again and try to alter them and see what I can do. Because what I saw on YouTube says that you can just like the sleeve ends here, you can like cut down the sleeve and down here and then just add a strip right there to make it bigger. So I think I might just try to do that. I'll try it on the one that I like the least and see how it goes. Are we ready?
Sounds like a plan. At least you're not treating it like fast fashion and just throwing it away.
No. I spent money on those. I'm going to do something with it. I mean, worst case scenario, I could give it to like Isaac or somebody. Isaac or Chloe. Are we doing VR today? If so, I can invite my friends. We can do that. Yes, we are playing VR today, which Ari would say if he was in the chat. But yes, we are playing VR today.
I don't know. I don't know if I feel safe with my daughter playing with strangers.
I'm not showing you strangers. I'm playing with Ari and Ronald's friend.
Ronald is bringing somebody new. Do I know this person? Do I know their parent? Who are their people?
I don't know. Ronald, I'm gonna need your friend to give my mom their parents' numbers so that they can talk to make sure it's okay. Also, Ronald says he's a stranger.
At this point, you don't feel like a stranger, Ronald. But yes, I should probably have spoken to your people too.
Are we ready to like
Jesse is your people? Does that count?
Let's do an intro.
Must we?
We really don't have to.
Am I awake enough to do an intro?
Probably not, but neither am I.
I didn't realize he was a non-white until 2 weeks ago when he said it in chat.
Who's Jesse?
Yes.
Me either. What?
See, it's not just me.
Yeah, Ari, I saw in our other chat that you were low-key perishing. I hope you feel better.
Oh, poor
Yeah,
Ari.
Ari's having like sinus stuff that he's been dealing with.
Poor Ari. Well, count me in so I can talk.
Let me finish my bite of toast. I'm not chewing mid-introduction.
Well, they're already seeing it on camera anyway, so it doesn't really matter. It's not like we're going to edit this. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Wednesday morning edition of The Conversation Chair. I am your presenter, Dani, the Sleepy Sally, and this is my partner in crime,
Artemis the fatigue, for real.
And if you have never been here before, we talk about everything and nothing but crafts on Maine, and we are here to be your audio ambiance, your background sound. We are here to keep you company while you are washing the dishes, throwing in that last load of laundry, running after your little ankle biters, whether they be children or dogs. And if you are a sheltered girl who was put into an arranged marriage by your father, but you were happy about it because you've been friends with him since childhood, but then you go out to the stables and find that he is doing the naughty, the rumpy pumpy with one of your kitchen maids, and you ask your father to cancel the marriage, and he says no, because he's an earl, and we need that connection, and we need that money. Then what do you do? Well, I'll keep you company while you disguise yourself as a boy, get on a horse in the middle of the night, and ride out to see the Duke, who is the Earl's cousin, and see if he can help you out of this situation. And that was not part of my real life.
I would hope not.
Because I was not born in the Regency era. That was, I had to reach back because I haven't read anything that I could talk about on stream recently. So that was Miss Ridley and the Duke, a clean Regency romance by C.N. Jarrett.
A clean Regency.
It is on Kindle Unlimited per usual because I only pay my $10 a month fee to read. I don't buy books. Is Ronald making fun of my book?
Stables, arranged marriage. What year is it? Earl? I imagine him like typing as you're saying it, and he's like, what? So what are you drinking today, Mama?
I am being basic AF. I am drinking instant coffee with French vanilla creamer, no mushroom bump because I'm out of mushroom. Don't tell your sister because then she'll feel like she has to send me more.
Do you not like the mushroom, or you just don't want her?
I do like the mushroom. I don't like her paying for the mushroom.
Okay.
I like the mushroom.
I'm drinking a sugar-free Starry.
I keep getting ads for Starry in my feed when I watch, what do they call them on YouTube?
Shorts?
Shorts, yeah.
They keep Starry essentially. It essentially tastes like a Sprite. This is a sugar-free one, so it tastes like Sprite with aspartame. But it's all right. It also has no caffeine, so I'm getting no caffeine this morning.
Oh no!
I meant to make a coffee this morning because Wayne, works at the TJ Maxx, and so he got a coffee on sale that is Tastes of Italy or something like that. It's a good coffee, but last time I was at work,
what?
It says like Tastes of Italy or something.
Oh, okay.
Something Italy, and it tastes good. The problem is that I forgot my coffee cup at work 2 days ago, so I need to go and get that. I forgot it there on Monday, and meant to grab it yesterday and just never left the house, so that didn't happen. And then our mugs, because I would have just gotten a mug and made a mug of coffee. But one, I don't usually like, if I'm drinking something else like tea or something, I can drink it out of a mug. If I'm drinking coffee, I prefer to have it in my coffee cup that has a lid because it stays warmer longer. If I drink it out of the coffee cup, it gets cold so fast. Like, I don't drink it nearly fast enough to continue to drink it while it's warm. I want to get one of those like USB cup warmers so I can put my mug on it and keep it warm. But also, our mugs are dirty because we had hot cocoa last night. And so I got nothing. That's my Starry with no caffeine.
Tell Ronald the game y'all are playing.
What is the game we play with it? It's Dimensional Double Shift. Dimensional Double Shift. Also, Ronald, don't forget to download the game that I gifted you as well. There's the food game. I forget the name of it. Ari would know the name of it.
So let's go ahead and move into the life updates.
Yes. Do you have life updates?
I guess we could take the banner down. No, you're the one who put stuff up there, not me.
Oh, I didn't know if you had anything else.
Oh well, I mean, I went to Terry's this past weekend, but other than that, nothing really. Went to Cheesecake Factory.
How was that? Their endless menu things.
It was very good. It was very good. I ate off of the Skinnylicious menu.
Skinnylicious.
Not because normally when I go to places, the supposedly diet menu or whatever is not appealing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but the items on the Skinnylicious menu were actually very appealing. So I got like grilled steak medallions on top of mashed potatoes with asparagus and mushrooms and a Madeira sauce. It was very tasty. And there was an Asian cucumber salad, which was just cucumbers and vinegar and miso. It was very good with some peppers. And then I got a peach Bellini because I have been reading. I have been reading a bunch of several of the books I had read in the past week had characters who were like drinking peach Bellinis, and I'm like, I've heard of it, I've never had one, and they had it on the menu when I went to.
Look at you having a cheeky bevy.
Really, I don't normally have cheeky bevies when I go out, but I mean, sometimes I do. Aunt Terry talks me into it sometimes, but usually not really. But I saw that and I was like, oh, I want to try this.
How was it?
The $12.50 drink. It was delicious. I want to get one when we go on the cruise.
That's how I feel about appletinis. I love an appletini.
It was delicious. I'm gonna tell you right now, they cheated me on the alcohol though, because I didn't feel a bit of a buzz. Either that was the sneakiest alcohol ever, and I was drunk, or there was no alcohol in there.
Stealth undercover alcohol. Yeah, it's not like on the cruise they'll like charge you, but you know there's alcohol in there.
Yes,
every time.
Yes, you can't miss the alcohol in a drink on a cruise.
Mm-hmm. So, I don't think I ever got my, what was it, the grasshopper, the mint chocolate one that Ari got that one time. Yeah, I never got it. I need to get it this year. Let's see what's Ronald saying.
So we'll keep that in mind.
Ronald says it means that the meals only have 2,000 calories plus instead of the usual 10,000. LOL JK.
Funny.
It's a joke about how the servings are huge. Yeah, the calorie counts are out of control.
Yeah, we took Aunt Terry's mother-in-law out with us to dinner, and to give her a bit of a break. Because she's caring for an ailing husband, so she doesn't often get to go out just like, with the girls or whatever. And so she had a good time. She ate off the skinny menu too. And I mean, those servings on the skinny menu, you don't feel like you're eating off of the skinny menu. They're still big, and they're big, but they're enough to, they're small enough that you can go ahead and eat your meal and not take leftovers home, which is what we both did. And
that's nice.
It was very good. And then, but I did take home a pineapple upside down cheesecake.
Ooh, how was that?
That was delicious. It's a $12 slice of cheesecake. But
that's just a single slice. Was it like a big slice?
It's a single slice, but it's not tiny. It's a tall slice. It's like this tall.
Okay.
It's this tall. And I think it's about that long. Yeah, I think the wedge is about that big. So it's a healthy slice, but it's still like $12 is just like but it's pineapple upside down cake. It's like a slice on top, and a slice on bottom with pineapple cheesecake in the middle.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It was delicious. I'm gonna tell you, it was delicious.
Ronald says we love the white chili from the skinny menu. Also, he says you could have bought 4 patterns for that.
I could have bought
$12. You could have bought 4 patterns.
Because I ended up spending $60.
Oh, my mother.
Open.
What's going on over there? Ooh. Ooh, are there people? Is that my brother? Sneak peek?
Oh no, that goes better, the dark hat.
Looking at outfits? Why, hello?
Hello.
Peep the Wednesday shirt. Looks cute.
Yes, thank you.
So you're dressed. Are you going somewhere after work? Oh, you just felt like looking at cute at work today?
It's always cute.
Sorry,
Okay, whatever.
We never ate there yet.
What'd you say?
Oh, I was reading the comments. Ari said, I've been inside the Cheesecake Factory, never ate there yet. I've only eaten at the Cheesecake Factory one time because in, I believe, high school, we went on a band trip to Georgia and we went to the Cheesecake Factory and I ate and it was like, it was okay.
Do not tell me my son has a secret date.
Ari. Oh, Ronald, who even is she? Hello, grown ass man. Okay, so
that's my baby. He's my baby.
Speaking of that, do you know what I found out the other day? I was sitting having a conversation.
Is this part of the corporate drama?
It's part of everything. All of that is just going to kind of be combined into one. I was sitting having a conversation with my manager the other day, and while we were sitting there talking, because he was telling me about like his roommates that he lived with, and I showed him my my Party City light that I have in my living room, and he was talking about some of his roommates that he lived with, and I found out he is the same age as my baby brother. Oh. My manager is the same age as Isaac, and I was like, what?
I cannot be managed by a baby.
Illegal. Someone find an adult. So
now you know how the old folks feel when they go to go get a part-time job at McDonald's and the manager is in high school.
None of these high schoolers are about to be managers. I can tell you that right now. They might be fresh out of high school. None of these high schoolers are about to be managers because they're all chaos. But they are. But we talked about that, and then I texted you like late that night. You were like having a phone call or something, but I texted you late that night because he was doing my star charts and I needed to know what time I was born, because contrary to popular belief, it is not on my birth certificate. I wouldn't check my birth certificate. The date is there. The time is not. It is not on my birth certificate.
Yeah, I think maybe they used to, because your father has I think you have just like an official birth certificate. I think your father has, back when our local hospital used to do these like decorative birth certificates, that because it's like a big birth certificate, and the paper has like a picture of the hospital as as the background. And then on top of that, you know how stationery sometimes has a faded image. Yeah. This has like a faded image of the hospital on the background, and it's got it's got his parents and the day and the date and the time and everything that he was born. And I think it might even have a little like footprint that they put on there. Put his little foot in the ink. No, I know yours doesn't have any of that, because mine doesn't have any of that. His is like a big decorative, but it's not an official.
Oh, so he wouldn't be able to use that to like catch a flight or anything.
I don't think he can. Maybe he can. I don't know. But because I think it has a seal on it.
Yeah, because mine just has like, it says the hospital that I was born at. It says your name, Papa's name, date, and then the signature from the doctor or whatever, and then the little embossed stamp seal on it, and that's it. That is like it. What is going on in the chat over here? the way these cameras lined up today, we have all the celebrity images and then mixed right into the pile. The mannequin,
Colette.
She's sneaking her face into the mix. Yes, Colette is a celebrity. But so we did that, and then he did my star chart and everything. And then and we were talking about how he was saying like how he thinks that I'm doing like really well at the store and how he's glad that I'm picking stuff up. And we were talking about things that I would start like learning more. And then Monday we had the big boss come in, and we'd all been prepping for it because we knew that he was gonna be coming in for the last like 4 days. So we like made sure we wore our nicest outfits, made sure everything was clean. Anything that wasn't supposed to be on the floor wasn't on the floor, and we were helping everybody. But the so the way our men's warehouse is set up is the back room is where the try-on clothes are. It's where we keep our like bags and stuff. It's where the tailoring stuff and where the bathroom is. But both doors were closed because they were having a meeting back there, so we weren't supposed to go back there unless like we really like desperately needed to. And so we were all like hanging out front. It like kind of threw me off because most of what I do is prom rentals, and with prom rentals you like get the style they want, get their measurements, and then you go grab the sizes from the back for them to try on to make sure like to get the perfect fit. Like your measurements are basically just an estimation, and then you grab the clothes to get the fit that you want. And so I couldn't go back there and get anything, so I had to like have them try on clothes from the floor. Which is okay. Like we've done that before, but it's just like kind of threw me off my rhythm. And then the big boss comes out to talk to me, and he's like, how are you doing? And I'm like, I think I'm doing okay. I mostly know the prom rentals, but I'm like starting to learn like some of the other stuff. And he's like, that's okay. Prom rentals is most of what we need right now anyway. And he's like, I just want to make sure you hear it from my mouth, but so-and-so, my store manager, the one that hired me, the one that said he's like creating an open environment, is no longer going to be working with us anymore. Like, oh
no.
Yes, out of nowhere he just said that, and I'm like, oh, why? And he's like, oh, well, it's just business decisions and things going on and blah blah, like, you know, corporate jargon, corporate BS.
And
so
he got fired.
I don't know. I don't know.
Promoted. I mean, no longer working with you sounds like either fired or promoted.
He is not working at Men's Warehouse anymore.
Oh no.
Yes. And so I'm like, what is going on? So I'm like walking around trying not to like, I'm like getting a bit of anxiety because I'm like, one, he's the one that hired me. He's like the main reason that I want to come work at the store. He was creating like a good like open environment of like people of different genders, people of different like races, blah, 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 and all that stuff. And he was like trying to create this nice open environment. And so I'm like, okay, if he's gone, who's going to take the manager position? Are they going to be an asshole? What's going on? I don't want to try to find another job. I'm like panicking, and like I hate the corporate BS of like, oh, I'm going to give you this little bit of information. You don't need to know anything else. Actually, we all work at the same company. Why can't you give me any more information? Actually, like, I understand you not giving me like maybe sales information for another store or something. Yes, but you're literally telling me that the person who hired me, who brought me on, who has been my manager for the entire time that I've been here, is no longer working here. And you're not going to tell me why? Like, why? Just corporate business, blah blah blah. And so we like go about the rest of the day, and then I like slide over to the other manager, the manager that's still on the floor. So I'm like, there's still people in the store, so I'm like, I know we should probably talk about this later and everything, but do you know, is he like gone effective immediately, like today, or is he like, what's going on? And he's like, it sounds like he's gone effective immediately today. I have no other information than you do. I got told the exact same thing you did. And so the manager who's running the store that day had no clue. The store manager dipped out. Like, I didn't even see him walk out the door. It was wild. And so we talked about it after the fact, me and the manager that was running the shift that day. We were talking about it, and he essentially said that Men's Warehouse has been like just doing some kind of wild stuff. Like, they said that there was a manager in Hickory who, like, we don't know exactly what it is because it's not like they're just shifting things around. I don't know, because there was a manager in Hickory who she put in for a week of vacation, and thing. It got approved. So she was going to go on her vacation, and then at the last second it got denied. She went ahead and went on her vacation because she'd like paid for it, and it was approved initially. So she went ahead and went on her vacation, and they fired her for that. And he said that the two things that it might be are, one, our store manager like broke some corporate rule thing. Like, when, like, if you're working for a corporate store, they'll have like the way that they do things and specific rules. And like, if you break the rule, it's not anything like bad. You're not stealing money. You're not hurting anyone. You're not anything. It's just, it's not the way that they want things to be done. Yeah. So either he broke some weird rule like that and they fired him for that, or they because this store, our numbers are great, our numbers are absolutely excellent. And so he said that the other thing that could have happened is that because the store is doing good, they said to themselves, oh, this store is doing great with him, let's bring in a quote unquote good manager and the store will go even further with that. And so they could have like offered for him to step down and have somebody else, and he said no because the store is doing well because of his good work. And so he didn't do it. But we have absolutely no clue what happened. And then I got a message from him yesterday. Let me pull it up. I got a message from the store manager, the one that's no longer there, yesterday, and he said, "Thank you for making such an immediate positive impact on the store's teamwork, Artemis. I'm so sorry yesterday transpired the way that it did, and I will miss working alongside such excellent people like yourself. Hopefully we will cross paths again creatively because I think you're a fabulous person. If a store lead management position opens up, I would suggest you apply for it even for a few months so you get an increased hourly and the option for benefits if you want them, because you deserve the best compensation you can get." Like that
was so nice.
Yes, that's why I'm like, why is he gone? What happened? He was a great person. And then Bubble, full sidebar on that, while we were talking the other day, I found out that his brother is, the person who, let me see if I can pull it up, because this is crochet related. The person that made the crochet wrap pants and the crochet parasols? As soon as I pull up the picture, I know you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. I'm trying to pull it up. It's going to break everything in the system. Give me just a moment.
Well, while you're pulling it up, you were talking about that other manager in Hickory who went in and took her vacation and got fired. And that immediately made me think of, because I watch a lot of these skit type things, where the person plays all the parts. And a lot of the ones that I watch are based on workplace shenanigans. And I know in a lot of them, they have like, there's always this situation of, in several of the ones I've watched, there's always this situation of, oh, I'm going to be off at the end of the month for 3 days. And the manager always says, well, I don't know if I can approve that. And the person always says, well, I'm just letting you know. I'm not asking for your permission. I'm not going to be here. And I bet some people are watching these things because these are very popular. Some people are watching these things like I'm watching them and thinking they can get away with that. And companies are like, no, we'll just fire you if you take that time off.
Because who are you bringing in? That just messes up everybody else. And the other thing is, like, okay, let me finish my sidebar. This person here, I'm sure you've seen this dress around. This big rainbow dress and the parasols.
I have not.
I can't believe you've never seen this person.
I'm not on the same side of TikTok as you.
That blows my mind. But this person, the crochet parasols, he wrote the pattern. This is my manager's brother.
Oh.
Yes!
Interesting.
I was like, there's no way that's your brother. It friggin' blew my mind. I was like freaking out. But yes, I really want that dress pattern. And then the parasols. I want to make one of the parasols.
I mean, I've seen some of the parasols, but I've seen crocheted parasols before. I don't think I've seen those particular ones in those pictures you showed, but I have seen crocheted parasols before on TikTok.
But the other thing that we were confused about is, unless he did something horrible, why are they firing him right now? Because what is this? I'm not sharing my screen again.
In the middle of prom season.
Like, unless he did something absolutely forgivable, why are you messing us up in the middle of prom season? Because that messed up our scheduling. We're missing a whole person. Like, what?
Yeah, and
What's going on?
why get rid of him and not have somebody already lined up to be there?
Exactly. And then after, so he came, and so the district, I guess, manager came and said he's no longer going to be working with us. And then as the district manager was getting ready to leave, he said, we still need people for prom season. So if you know somebody that wants to come in just to like help put away the rentals and blah, 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 have them go ahead and apply, and we'll start looking at the applications. And I'm like, so you just walk in, fire my manager, give no explanation, and then say, by the way, we still need help. Of course we still need help. You just fired our manager.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Y'all still need help. Why are you firing somebody while you still need help? Unless they're just really, the only other thing I can think of is that they're just really not happy with the whole path he was going on, you know, all genders, all whatever.
But what does any of that matter when the numbers are the best in our district? Like, clearly it's working.
Yeah.
I'm just really worried that we're going to get somebody in that has like traditional values, quote unquote, and it's going to like be gross and awful.
Yeah, that's what I'm concerned about too. But hey, you're young, you got a car. If somebody trashy comes in, you can always leave and go somewhere else.
Low-key, I'm wondering if I could just like hop, skip, and jump across the street over to David's Bridal. But yeah, that was my week. Just full chaos. Like, all week, because I put the thing in the Google Keep thinking, oh, I'm going to talk about how my manager is like the same age as Isaac and how his brother is this like crochet artist. It's like super, super popular and blah, blah, blah. And then all of that happened. Like all at once.
Bummer.
Absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. So that's what I'm going through right now. All of that happened, and then it was my day off. So I am going back tomorrow. Who knows what's going on? Who knows?
So there might be a new manager there, and you don't know.
I don't know. They literally, the store manager, the shift manager that I was working with that day, he checked while we were waiting to close the store, because it was like we had like 30 minutes to close while we were talking. He checked the position for store manager was already up on Indeed. Already.
Bummer. Well, absolutely. You know, they make that joke. Another joke that they always make on
TikTok,
these workplace skits, is, you know, there's always the character who works too hard, and some other character will say, well, you know, if you die tomorrow, they're going to have your job listed before the end of the day. They're going to have your job listed before the funeral. So, you don't owe them anything.
And they did. It was so fast, and so like I just felt like blindsided. Mm-hmm. Like, what is going on? And then they're saying that they want to try to promote somebody within, like to move up. Like they don't want to have to bring anybody from outside. They want to promote somebody within. But like, who wants to take that job if you know it can just be snatched away from you at the drop of a hat? Who wants that job now?
Yeah.
Tainted. It is tainted.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Absolutely wild. I think that's the only thing that I had to talk about was that. I'm trying to pull up the Google Keep now.
Yeah. The only other thing I can talk about, which is not really much, but I meant to mention before, I spent $60 at Cheesecake Factory.
Yes. Yo, you said it earlier. Because Ronald was like, who is she?
I can't. I didn't know if I said that before or not. And I tried not to have a panic attack over it. Because I spent $60 at Cheesecake Factory. And then we went to Ollie's and I bought some stuff there, which I'm going to show in a minute. And then we tried a new restaurant because their Chinese restaurant they like to go to is trash. And we were going to go to a food truck and listen to live music on Saturday, but Terry was feeling, she wasn't sick. She was just, you know how you feel just kind of unsteady and you don't feel like you want to go walk around and stuff.
Yeah, just kind of under the weather, yeah.
She had gotten like a Cubano at Cheesecake Factory. She never had a Cubano before. It was delicious. She's the kind of person who never eats her full meal at the restaurant. So she ate half of her sandwich at the restaurant and half of her salad and then brought the rest home. But then we stayed up for a couple hours talking and stuff like that. And then she was like, you know what? I'm going to eat the other half of my sandwich. But she's normally a person who goes to bed at like 9 o'clock. So she was eating a sandwich at 10 o'clock and her body said, we do not allow food. We do not allow food this time of night. And so she woke up the next morning and was not feeling well. Not vomiting or anything like that, just feeling like, my stomach is just not happy.
Icky, yeah.
And she had to watch what she ate all day. So we did not go to the food truck thing, which was fine. I didn't really want to go to the food truck. Even though I suggested it, I didn't want to go. But she's been, because she had some deaths in the family, and so she's been kind of low level, just kind of down for the past several months and not wanting to go out of the house and all this other kind of stuff. And her husband has been, and that's when I started back coming over once a month, because her husband is like, we need to cheer her up, we need to get her out of the house, we need to do something. And so I've been going over to her house, and this was the first time on our visits that she actually wanted to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So
you were prepared to go.
So I picked some things for us to do, even though I don't want to go anywhere. I could stay in the house. But so we were going to go do that. But she said she changed her mind and didn't want to go. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And so then we ordered from we ordered using DoorDash, which
DoorDash.
Ordered a place downtown that she'd never tried before called Chop Box, and it was much better than their Chinese place they normally go to. At least it was to me. And I had some pho, which was delicious.
Nice.
But I ended up spending $30. So I feel like
not my mother.
I was panicking all weekend that your father was going to call me and go, what is this nonsense I see coming out of the checking account? He still hasn't said anything, but I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm
probably okay.
I'm trying to be a grown up and not worry about it, but that was too much money.
You also never spend money on yourself more than like $20, like ever.
But still, that was too much.
Anyway, Ronald is saying, let's see, about the corporate job stuff. Any and every job has that problem, as I recently found out the hard way. Yeah. It's just, it made me think of also all the government workers that got fired.
Yeah.
It's like, when you because you think that's the kind of job in my head that I'm like, okay, if you get a government job, you're like locked in. You're good, as long as you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you're locked in. And then to be fired at the drop of a hat like that is like, what is going on with the world?
Government jobs were the kind of jobs that
you work for your whole life.
That lower middle class parents aspired for their kids to get a good government job, because then you felt like you were going to have benefits and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Well, are we moving on to Yarny Crafty Thoughts?
I guess we are.
Well, do you have any Yarny Crafty Thoughts?
Yes. So remember last week how we talked about how I was going to try to do those baby packages with like the diapers and then like a baby item and then possibly a baby blanket. So...
Oh my God, you made a baby blanket.
I did.
You made a baby blanket.
I did. I started it on Wednesday. As soon as we finished that conversation, I was like, okay, I've got all this favorite stripe over here. This is 2 of the big skeins of favorite stripe. 2 plus, because I ran out quite, like a little towards the end, but luckily I Favor Stripe is one of my favorite like colorways of yarn. So I had an extra one, so I got like towards the end and was running out, and so I went and found like some scrap of Favorite Stripe, and it happened to be the exact right colors that I needed, and so I like pulled it until it got to the color that I needed and was able to finish it off, and now I'm just doing the border. But I knocked out a corner to corner.
That looks great.
I did it corner to corner because I knew that would be the easiest for me.
And you love corner to corner. I hate corner to corner. That would never happen, but you love corner to corner.
I do.
If I did one, so I would do. See, I would end up doing a grandma's dishcloth style blanket, because corner to corner is just, which is worked corner to corner, but just in a different way.
Different, yeah.
Because corner to corner confuses me, but
I think the reason that I like corner to corner is because once you hit the halfway point, then the rows start getting shorter. I think is what I like about it, because if I worked it just the normal way, like all the rows are the same length, then I would get so frustrated and like, oh, this is taking forever, and I've got forever in this row. But once I got like towards the end, I was like, where was I? I was like at this section, and I was like, oh, I'm at the finish line. Like these rows are so short, and just like through.
Yeah.
So now I'm just working on.
And those colors are just like great for a baby, because they want you to have like bright colors for the baby's vision when they're little.
I was worried about the border because it's not the same yellow as the yellow that's in Favorite
But
Stripe.
it looks great. It looks great. Because
I'm trying not to buy yarn. I don't want to go out to Joann's and spend another $75 I don't have or something.
It looks great. And just when you're putting those baskets together, I mean, you're a better salesperson than I am, but just remember to mention the points. You know, it's not the size of your average baby blanket, but that's because I make it so that you can use it as a mat when you lay the baby on the floor, or, you know, you can even maybe throw in the story about how you fell off a bed when you were a kid and broke your arm. So we like to lay babies on the floor.
Yeah. I think I might make a little card thing that goes with it, maybe. Because I'm thinking I'm going to
also, the yarn softens up really nice the more you handle it and the more you wash it.
I think I'm going to make a little maybe card that goes with it, because I think I'm going to fold up the blanket and then I think I'm just going to make a hat to go with it, because this blanket took, as you saw, all week, and I'm still not done with it. So I think I'm going to do the blanket, a hat, and then the diapers. Because I found this cute little pattern for a hat that has like bear ears. So I think if I've got enough left of the yellow, then I'll do it with that. If not, I'll go find like a blue or something that matches what's in the blanket. But I think I'm going to do that and then wrap it all up together in like, you know, when you have the like packets that are like sometimes you'll buy like washcloths that look like this, where it's like the washcloths and then there's like a ribbon that crosses both ways over and tied at the top. I think I'm going to do that and just like tie a little card and hang it off of it that has like you know what? Good point of talking about how I fell off the bed as a baby. I will probably I'll probably write that in a little card and put it on there.
But if you end up buying yarn, try to see if you can look for a baby yarn for the hat, just because since it's touching their skin. I mean, I don't find Red Heart scratchy, but if you're going to make a baby hat, just go the extra mile and get a baby yarn if you can.
Will do. I mean, I'm going to be in in Weaverville. I might hit up Homophobic Hobby Lobby.
Speaking of stripes, since you mentioned the stripe yarn,
I did.
I found out over the weekend, because I don't know if I mentioned this last week, but your Aunt Terry went a couple weekends ago to this mountain cabin that one of her acquaintances has just started renting out. She wanted them to come stay to see if there was any issues with it before she opened it up for like an Airbnb type situation, right? So Terry and her sister went up there to stay, and the person was there. Or I don't know if they live in town or if they stayed at the house with them or whatever. But anyway, she coveted her hat. You know the hat that I made out of the latte stripe?
Yes.
Yes, the hat I made for Aunt Terry. Maybe I should pull it up just to...
Yeah, the one that you said it was like a little long or something.
Yeah. I think the pattern as it was posted on Yarn Inspirations was supposed to be made out of favorite stripe or something, and I didn't have any favorite stripe, so I was like, well, let me try something else. And I remembered I had a different stripe yarn, so I was like, well, I have that latte stripe, so I pulled out the project that I had made with it, and okay, so let me recently finished. Okay, so I pulled out the project that I had made with it, and I okay, yes, I have my thinking face on. I pulled out the project that I had made with it, and just went ahead and made this hat because I just wanted to try the pattern. It was one of those things where, you know, I get those Yarn Inspirations emails, and the pattern came through on my
there we go.
There we go. So the pattern came through on my thing, and I was like, oh, I just want to try this pattern. You know how sometimes you see the pattern, it's just like, I want to try it now. I want to try it now. I want to try it now.
Absolutely.
And that's how I felt about this hat. And so I made the hat, and I was finishing the hat off, and Terry saw the colors, which I didn't realize. I don't know how I did not realize that she liked these shades of brown so much. The whole tile in her, she just redid her kitchen about a year ago. All the tile in her kitchen is brown. Her dishes are these shades of brown. Why did I not realize she liked brown? I mean, I don't know why I did not realize she liked brown. Her whole kitchen theme is this brown. So she wanted the hat. I was working it because this is her dining room. She's sitting in. I had just finished the hat.
Yeah.
So I finished the hat. I gave her the hat, and she wore it this last weekend to this thing. The person wanted the hat. I was like, okay, I made this longer than it needed to be. The person wanted the hat, and Terry was like, well, I almost gave her the hat, but then I didn't know if I'd be able to get another hat. And I was like, girl, just say you want another hat. That's all you had to say. Just say you want another hat. You don't have to just say
beat around the bush.
Really, you do not have to beat around the bush and say you want another hat. Okay, now it's missing. Where is it?
Missing?
Oh no.
That is my Aunt Terry Ronald. My godmother.
So, did you say godmother?
God? Yeah. No? Yes? Isn't she?
No.
Is she not?
No. We don't do the godmother thing around here.
I feel like that was said at one point, though.
I don't think so, ma'am.
Are you joking me or are you serious right now?
I'm sick. If we did that, I have no memory of it.
Okay, that doesn't mean it didn't happen, though, so I'm going to stick with it.
So, anyway.
Ooh.
Oh, Lord. So, anyway, she wants another hat, so I thought, well, I'll just, that she didn't come out and say she wanted another hat. She said that, and I texted her back and said, girl, just say you want another hat. And she didn't respond to me, but I figured, okay, I'll just make her another hat. And I went online to look for latte stripe and thought about, I might get myself another stripe yarn while I'm looking. I'm on Yarn Inspirations. There's no latte stripe. And so I did a little searching search, and several websites are saying it appears that Yarn Inspirations has canceled latte stripe. So
so good.
So I went in. I mean, the other stripe colors are there, just not the latte stripe.
But so I like latte stripe.
Your favorite stripe is still saved, but from what I read, it sounds like they've discontinued that color, And so now stores are just selling off what they have left. So I went ahead and bought a skein of latte stripe while I was at Walmart, and once again had sticker shock because I only ever buy yarn when it's on sale. This was not on sale. This was just regular old price. Yes.
I know, because I buy yarn regularly. I know.
Yes. But that's the thing that took me out of that's the thing that has eased me into feeling better about buying yarn and buying things, is because I used to always just stick to Red Heart because Red Heart was always the cheapest one, right? You used to be able to get,
it still is.
You used to be able to get a skein like this for $4 or $5. And then the small, because this is the jumbo skein, and then they used to have a slightly smaller, which was their regular size skein, and you could get that for like $2 or $3. And you cannot do now. This is $8. I might as well go buy some Lion Brand or some other things.
Yep.
Because this is now just as expensive as going to buy Lion Brand or the other ones that I usually don't buy, because I thought, oh, those are, to me, Red Heart is like the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you are on budget, Red Heart was it. And then Lion Brand was up here. And then these fancier yarns that I don't know, the Bernats and the Pattons and the whatever were slightly above Lion Brand. And then you get the yarns that are really expensive. But so this to me was like the budget. This is, it's still less expensive than if you're going to buy like wool or, alpaca or some crap. But acrylic is still cheaper than natural fibers, but it's not cheap anymore. So
I would love a $5 skein of yarn.
So, but I was just letting you know, Latte Stripe seems to be discontinued. So if you like that yarn, you might want to get a skein or two. And I'm looking at this. There is a pattern on here.
Isn't there always?
Well, no, I didn't notice the pattern that was on there. It looks like it's called Jamie's Round We Go blanket. It looks like it's got a pocket. It looks like it's one of those ones that you can fold up into something, because this looks like a pocket. I know you can't see it the way it is on the camera, but this is like a pocket. So I think this is one of those blankets where you can fold it up. Or, unless I'm looking at it wrong, but it looks like a pocket.
Those pictures are never printed very, very well, so it could be anything.
But whatever. And I'm not the biggest fan of brown, but I do like the latte stripe for certain, because it does look nice against brown skin. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's nice. I like it if it's worked up in like a very airy thing, like your sister
like
made.
A mesh thing.
Yeah, I like it worked up as a mesh thing, like the do-rags that we were making, or your sister made a bathing suit cover up for herself. With this, and that looked very nice with her skin peeking through it. It's just it looks nice worked up in a mesh. So my hope is that I'll put that over there. My hope is that if they're discontinuing it, they will offload the rest of that Yarn Inspirations will offload the rest of their stock to
the Ollie's.
The Ollie's, so we can have a sale.
I still need to get to an Ollie's. The closest Ollie's to me is like 45 minutes to an hour away.
Since we're speaking of Ollie's, should I show my other thing that I bought?
You are just money bags this week. Yes, go ahead.
I'm embarrassed. I'm hoping your father does not notice this huge bag I had it sitting at the top so he wouldn't see.
Speaking of, while you're grabbing that, speaking of hiding stuff, I definitely, back when I was working at Party City, like the last, like maybe 2 weeks before we closed, I went to Five Below, which was next to us, and bought a couple t-shirts. But Wayne had already fussed at me for buying t-shirts at Five Below. They're only $5, but he was like, "Girl, why are we have so many clothes? Why are you buying more t-shirts?" So I went to Five Below and bought the t-shirts, and then hid them in the bag for 2 weeks, like hid them in the back of the car for 2 weeks. That is what I did. I told you that already. I hid them in the back of the car until it was like 2 weeks later. And then he's like, "Where is this shirt from?" I was like, "Oh, I bought this weeks ago."
Yeah, that's a trad wife thing to do.
Going to work.
I love you.
I love you.
Bye.
You're my favorite.
You're my favorite.
That's a trad wife thing to do. No, my thing this weekend on my quest to be an actual adult. My thing this past weekend was, because sometimes I feel guilty about spending too much on restaurants or whatever. And so I'll spend part of it in our main bank account and part of it on one of the credit cards that your father doesn't see how much I spent. But I said, I am going to be, because to be fair, anybody watching, it's not like I have a husband who fusses at me, because I don't. It's my personal hang-ups about spending money that makes me fearful to tell him how much I spent. It's my personal hang-ups. He doesn't fuss. But so I said, I vowed, because I knew there was enough money in the bank account and I really don't need to be racking up interest payments on stuff that I'm doing. So I said, I am going to use the bank account to buy anything that I am doing. And if we end up with not enough money, there's room on the credit cards to use the credit cards for anything else that we need to do before our next paycheck. I am going to be an adult and just use the bank account. And that's what I did all weekend. I just used the bank account for everything I spent.
Look at you.
I'm having a heart attack. Okay. But, so we went to Ollie's because Terry told me that she had went to Ollie's with her friend and that they had bought some yarn. That she said she liked the yarn. It was really fuzzy yarn and it was only $5. And I was like, and she said, yeah, I can't remember what kind it was. And she called her friend up on the speakerphone and her friend was like, oh yeah, it was Bernat blanket yarn and it was $5.
Those skeins are normally $11.
Oh, I went on Yarnspirations. They are $13.50 on Yarnspirations.
They were only $11 at Auntie Joanne's.
So I bought.
Ooh, I love that. I still have a skein of that I was turning into a snake that I never finished. I love it. Is that the perfect phasing?
No, this is the ombre.
The ombre. Okay, it looks close to the perfect phasing.
Yeah, I don't know the difference between the ombre and the perfect phasing because they look almost the same to me. But
I think the difference is that the ombre, you can see how in the ombre they've got it cycles back to the lighter color. I think the perfect phasing goes from light to dark and nothing else.
Doesn't cycle back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I got this, but
also, yes, Ronald, taxes freaking suck. Oh my gosh. Who is this woman? Ronald, who is this woman? What are you going to do with that?
I bought six cakes of it.
What are you going to do with it?
That's $30. I spent $30 on yarn, Maya. The world is going to end. I spent $30 on yarn. Plus the $7 I spent on latte stripe.
That's it. Everybody get down in your bunkers. The world is ending.
The world is ending. Yes. But I got it, and I purposely got the blue because one of the things is when you go to when you go to Ollie's is that when they have a color, when they have yarn, they almost always have yarn, but usually it's because some place is canceling a color or whatever, and so they only have like one or two colors.
Yeah.
And so I went ahead and bought
Oh, how'd you pull it up in front of us?
well, I don't know how to do these things.
There we go.
So,
it is past 12. We're stopping at 1, Ari.
So
ooh, I do like that.
So I went ahead and bought the blue because all they had was the blue and the pink. So I went ahead and bought the blue because blue is your father's favorite color. And remember, we were talking about how we don't have any blankets in our house.
Oh, are you making him a blanket?
So I'm going to make him a blankie. Because the blanket he's using currently is like one of those plush, you know, the ones that have come in style over the last 5-10 years where they're just a plush throw. That's what he sleeps with. Is like a soft plush throw. So I thought I'd make him this. Which I really want to start working on, but I also have other things that I need to work on. So I need to hide this yarn in a corner so that we can, so that I can stop feeling guilty about it.
Yeah, I really need to start working on some amigurumi, but this tells you how desperate I am to not work on amigurumi. I worked on a baby blanket, so I didn't work on amigurumi.
Yes, Ari, it is slightly past 12. We're going a little bit past because we got started late, but we're going to wrap up shortly.
We're wrapping up at 1. It's fine. We got an hour. But yeah, I am so desperate to not make amigurumi that I'm over here making baby blankets because I am so tired of making amigurumi. Like, I was really was just so tired of it from last season. So I think I'm gonna finish I'm gonna finish this one, which I'm almost done with the border. I'm almost done with the first round of the border. The pattern that I was following is 6 rows of the border. So I'm gonna do that, and then I started another one because I didn't have my second when I was about halfway through this one, my second skein of my back hurts. My second skein of favorite stripe was out in the car, so I didn't feel like going to get it. So I started another one. So this
cute.
is going to be so I'm going to do this one as well.
That's for those moms who are like the ookie spooky Halloween is my favorite holiday mom.
Oh, I was just trying to get something that's like quote unquote boy colors.
Oh,
so I was like, red and black look good. Super cute.
So I think the favorite stripe would be good for a boy too.
I think so too. But you know, bold.
Some people I know.
Yeah, there's some people. So I'm going to finish this one. I'm going to do that one. And then
The time did not change with the name, Ari. It's my fault. I didn't get up on time. I was full on asleep when she called me.
She was. I called her, and because I don't even know why I video called you. I think I just video call you out of habit now because I don't think I ever regular call you anymore. But I went to call you, and she answered, and I could see that she was in bed, no glasses on. I could see like the window behind her saying that she was in the bedroom, and I was like, "Ma'am."
Yeah, I was full on asleep,
knocked out.
I woke up and then I woke up, I went to bed, then I woke up at 1:45, and then I made myself go back to sleep, and then I woke up at 5 a.m. and then I made myself go back to sleep, and then I woke up again at 7 a.m. And I'm like, 7 a.m. I'm like, I still got a couple hours. I'm good. As long as I'm up by 9, I'm good. And then next thing I know, you are ringing my phone.
Ari out here. I'm still going to blame Artemis. Wild. I was fighting for my life last night trying to sleep. I was fighting I was having cramps. So it was already a problem trying to get comfortable with all of that. and then I like just wasn't like, for some reason my body wasn't in the sleepy like mood. But by the time I realized that, it was too late for me to take melatonin. Plus, melatonin gives me nightmares like 10% of the time anyway. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try to sleep. So I have my sleep mask on with my little Bluetooth headphones in it, and I was trying to listen to some YouTube videos, and it kept like, it would like play a little bit of the video. I feel like YouTube is getting absolutely out of control with these ads. Like they'll play 5 minutes of the video and then an ad. And so I have to get up and skip the ad. And then another 5 minutes of the video and then an ad. And I'm like, you just played an ad. You can't keep doing this.
You need to find a podcast to listen to so that you don't get all these ads.
I need to. Usually I can put on, because I have sleep playlists that I've curated, and usually I can put on my sleep playlist and it's fine. But for some reason this time with my sleep playlist, it kept doing the ads, and then two, it would just stop, and I would wake up and I'd get up and I'm like, what's going on? It's like, oh, are you still listening? And I'm like, bitch, yes, this playlist is labeled sleep. Don't stop it. What are you doing? So I had to keep getting up to restart the playlist because it kept stopping. I'm like, what is going on?
Crazy.
Absolutely wild.
Another pattern that I threw in that I thought I might do.
Oh. What are we doing?
What is this? There's a thing that this is Red Heart Ombre. I had saved myself another pattern. And I just saw it again. I saved it a while back, and I just saw it said ombre. I might have to get some Red Heart Ombre if they still make that.
I really want to get some of the
because this is once again calling me. I love a sampler blanket where you're just working back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
Rather than making like a granny square blanket. I love me a sampler blanket.
Do you want me to pull this into the camera or no? Okay, you got it.
And that to me is just gorgeous.
That is gorgeous. I would die before that's done. That looks like it would take forever.
That is just gorgeous.
It's so pretty, and it also looks so fiddly.
It does look fiddly, but I love a sampler blanket. I love when there is interest in the blanket, different levels of interest, not just. Even if you make like a shell stitch or something like that, I don't want the whole blanket to be the shell stitch. I want there to be some sort of interest in the blanket where you have single crochet for a little while, and then you have half double crochet for a while, and then maybe you have some bobbles in there. And I just love that in a blanket. I've yet to finish one like that, but I love when I look at patterns, I love that in a blanket. I absolutely love that in a blanket. But no, the other one that I had pulled that I thought maybe I would do with the yarn that you gave me, although this is made with a size 6 and the yarn you gave me is a size 3, but I think I could possibly make it work as a baby blanket maybe or something.
Ooh.
Because this is made with a yarn that's exclusively at Michael's, and that in itself just makes me angry. This is exclusively at Michael's.
Mm-hmm.
I know Yarnspirations has deals with Michael's or whatever, but I don't go to Michael's that often. The yarn that I started my 6-day star blanket with is an exclusively at Michael's yarn, and I'm like, when am I ever going to be back at Michael's?
Yep.
But this is on this one and the last one are both on my radar for blankets to make for the house. Because that's the danger of going to Aunt Terry's, is that I start to feel very inspired to do things that I don't necessarily have the energy to do. The other thing that I worked on, unless you got something else to show.
Nope. Literally the only thing I worked on was this baby blanket. That is it.
And I'm just being overly optimistic, but I have a good vibe about the baby blanket, shower packages that you're thinking of putting together.
I'm still just wondering, do I
Do you
Do I
have
want to do?
have you looked at other like vendors and see if somebody else is doing something similar? Or
The closest thing that I saw was the one that I told you about, where the lady would buy used books and would crochet the character out of the book. So like she would buy a Curious George book and then crochet a monkey and then sell it together, which is where I kind of. And then I had another friend that made she would sell like a Kindle sleeve and then like I think a book with it and then like a pack of tea with it or something like that. Some sort of like book pack thing, which is what got me kind of thinking about the packages. So I haven't seen anybody sell anything specifically this, but I have seen people selling like packaged like bundles. I don't know what I'm gonna price it at, honestly, because
I just had another thought of come up with a price for the bundle, but be prepared in your mind for a price if somebody says they just want the blanket or they just want the hat.
Yeah.
Because I mean, packaging it with some diapers or some baby powder or something like that is cutesy, but they may just want the blanket. So be prepared to pull that apart and put it in a different. You can always take the diapers and put them in a different bundle for somebody else.
Yeah. Also, do you think I should just do? I'm thinking the hat because the blanket took so long, and I don't want to jack up the price even more by making like a sweater or something to go with it. But do you think the hat is enough, or do you think I should do?
Yeah, I think the hat is enough.
So blanket, hat, diapers is enough.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, I think that would be great. So the only other thing I've been working on, well, I have worked on some coloring pages, which I'm going to show in a second, but I have been working on my scrap blanket, which again, you know me, I'm not good at putting together colors, but you personally own the last scrap blanket I made many years ago, and I still think it's ugly as sin, but you like it.
I do.
And so this is where I am right now with I don't know if I showed the pattern. This is the pattern is from a website that I've made something from this website before. I think the website is called Mama in a Stitch. I made a hat for Aunt
Connie?
No, Aunt Joanne. Not that Aunt Joanne. Our Aunt Joanne.
Yes.
But this is the pattern. Mama in a Stitch is the website. I made a hat from her website, and I have another hat that I want to make from her website. But it's called the Scrappiest Happiest Blanket. It is 2 strands held together, which you know I don't normally do.
Yep.
But this is the blanket. Of course, I'm not doing the colors, but it's just it's stockinette, seed stitch, eyelet stitch, and garter stitch. I think are the 4 stitches in there in various widths to give interest in the blanket. And I couldn't decide. That just looks squishy to me.
It does. It looks very nice and squishy.
It looks very squishy. And of course, they're using a different yarn. I think they're using Heartland, which is a squishy yarn, and which I like. But I have plenty of scraps, so I wasn't going to go out and buy Heartland for this blanket. So I am. So this is where I am so far. I've already done the first section of 2.5 inches, and now I'm on the 4.5 inches of stockinette. So it's not very much right now, but
it's looking squishy though. Does it feel squishy?
Yeah, it does. It does. And I know when I wash it up, it's going to be good. And this green in particular is what came off of that that gaudy blanket that I had made years ago that took me 15 years to frog.
Yeah.
And it's red heart. I know for a fact it's red heart, but it is soft as I don't know what, probably from the handling. That's why I said, because I know this hasn't been washed yet, but it is very soft from the handling, I think, because I have knitted up and then I frogged it and then I tried to put it in something else and then I frogged it and then so I frogged this yarn 2 or 3 times. So even though it hadn't been washed, it's soft.
Yeah.
It's soft. So yeah, this is my blanket that I'm working on because all the stitches that go in it are very, very easy to remember and they're very forgiving as far as, like, this says do 2.5 inches on the first part and then 4.5 inches on the second part. But if I go 5 inches, it's not the end of the world.
Yes.
This is just because it even says in her pattern, this is the combination of stitch panels that I'm using in this sampler. You can mix them up however you want to.
Mm-hmm.
This is just if you want it to look like the blanket in the picture. These are the widths that I'd used.
Yeah.
If you want to do it the way the picture looks. So I'm kind of following the picture just as a general guideline of what order to put them in. But if I make one longer or shorter because I've run out of yarn in the ball, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to make scraps. And I've decided, because I was trying to think, I don't know how to make all these colors go together.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I'm not good with colors anyway. Although this blue and green is starting to grow on me. I hated it when I put it. It
looks good.
Now it's starting to grow on me. But I've decided to use white as the second strand all the way through. Because
that'll make it very cohesive.
I have a couple jumbo skeins of Red Heart white. So I'm going to use white to go all the way through, and then I can just add whatever different colors. And this is all number 4 yarn and all Red Heart, but I might even throw in, I have some balls of some scrap balls of Karen Simply Soft that I might throw in there just to get rid of if I run out of.
Speaking of Karen Simply Soft, I never found the rest of that yarn that I bought when we were making that big hoodie, and I bought all that Karen Simply Soft when it was on sale.
You still don't know where it is.
No clue. I need to re-clean this room because, as you can see, I cleaned the living room and I had to move yarn out of the living room. So I've got piles of bags over here now from the living room. I need to clean this room and redo because you can't see it anymore. Actually, if I do this, you can see back here, there's a little nook. What I'm going to do is I have some shelving units that I bought from Party City before I left. I'm going to put some shelves over there. And then I think I might also, because the shelves are only 4 feet tall. I originally bought the shelves to use to vend at markets. And then Chloe, for my birthday, got me this big folding rolling shelf. And so I'm going to use that one at the market instead. And I think what I'm going to do is use the Party City shelves back here. And I'm going to make, when you've seen when people make the mesh like canopies that they normally will put like stuffed animals, like you put it in the corner of a room and put stuffed animals. I think I'm gonna because that little corner is small enough that I think I can make just a few layers of canopies on top of each other and just like stack the yarn up there as well, so that I can hopefully fit all of my yarn in that corner.
That sounds good.
It's what I'm hoping for. I just need the time and energy to do all that because I am like surrounded by yarn and crafts right now. Yarn, crafts, and like clothes. I am surrounded by so much stuff right now, and so I need to find a good like 3 days or something to break all this down.
Well, I think my next project will be to this closet. You know the closet I'm talking about because this used to be your bedroom.
My closet, yes.
So this closet over here, I think I started and cleaned some stuff out of it, but I think I'm going to finish cleaning, pulling stuff out of there and just really get rid of some stuff so that I can have, because like I've got an 18-gallon tote here full of yarn that's just like I'm practically tripping over it in the middle of my office. So I want to be able to take it and put it in the closet. And and possibly put some other stuff in the closet, because I have that closet that your father built me that's like
A little narrow.
yeah, for those who are watching, I have my bed, I have a bedside table right next to it, and then our ensuite is over here, and there's like a little narrow section between my bedside table and my ensuite that you can't really put anything in or whatever. And my husband built a just a tall, skinny cabinet for me to put my yarn in. Well, it's got like either 3 shelves or 4 shelves, but it has like the top shelf of it has totally turned into old purses and gift bags, because we reuse our gift bags in this house. We reuse 3, 4, 5 times. Because the thing is that the gift bags are just traveling between us.
Yes.
So like, if we are going to give a gift to somebody outside of this physical house, then we will more than likely go to the $1.25 store and get a new bag to give to somebody else, so it's not wrinkled or whatever. But if I'm just giving a gift to my husband on Father's Day, I'm pulling the bag out of that closet. Because it's just a place, just a thing to hold the present so that he doesn't see it right away.
Yes.
And then as soon as he sees it, the bag goes back in the closet. So I've got that whole shelf with just gift bags. And so basically that space is not used for yarn as much as that. Looks so nice.
I finished the first round of the border.
And honestly, you could stop there unless you just really want to make more of a border. Because I thought you were only doing 1 round.
Well, the pattern calls for 6 rounds. Because actually, I never pulled up the pattern. Let me do that.
Well, while you're doing that, I want to grab something. So I'm going to turn my camera off for a second.
Go right ahead.
I'm still here.
I'm about to pull up Roll20. What am I doing? Ravelry. You're good. Take your time. My favorites. Because I just favorited this pattern. I also found, let me open this. I also found a pattern that I think I'm going to do for all of the, that speckled yarn that I got from Joann's that I showed. Let me see. So if I were to share my screen with this pattern, share, open this. Okay. So what am I doing? This. So this is the pattern that I'm following. It's called the Spring into Summer Blanket by
pretty
Susan Carlson. Yes, but you see on the edge here, it's got 6 rows so that you can do the, like, you're doing half double crochet into the 3rd loop. And so it creates this like almost knit looking thing kind of.
Yeah. That's nice.
Right?
That's nice. Oh yeah, I see why you want to finish the and do more rounds now.
Yeah, because it makes it look a bit more finished, in my opinion.
Makes it look more polished. Yes, it does.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that. I also found, if you'll bear with me just a moment, I found a pattern that I want to use for. You remember the black and rainbow speckled yarn that I got?
Yes.
I have like 9 skeins of that. And so I want to do this with that yarn.
Oh, that's nice.
Cardigan. Yeah, it's going to be all the one color. And then, so I'm going to skip the stripes. And then I'm going to do just solid black for the little border bit there.
Oh, and that goes up to a 5X. How much does that pattern cost?
How much does this pattern cost? Free?
Ooh, free.
I mean, it's £4.99. If you want to buy the one without ads or whatever, the downloadable. But there's a free version on her website if you just look at all the ads in the corners.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this one. I don't think it has pockets, so I might try to put just a solid black patch pocket on it. But I'm going to do the main body of the cardigan in, because I used to have a cardigan that I fully stole from you that was like, it was like a gray or red and gray or something. Do you remember the cardigan I'm talking
Would
about?
have been gray, not red and gray.
Okay, it was a gray cardigan that I stole from you that was like nice and like big and slouchy and goes all the way down past my butt and fits basically like this is fitting her. And so I've been trying to find, because all of the cardigans I've been seeing recently are like cropped cardigans, and I'm like, no, I want a long, like I'm drinking coffee, like you're sitting in the library, like I want a long cardigan. And even though I'm not a fan of cuffed sleeves, I think I'm going to do it just like this.
That is a nice pattern. Send that to me on Ravelry so I can remember to add it to my favorites.
Absolutely. I will do that right now. Where's my mouse? Okay. Remove.
And I think I sent you several patterns on Ravelry.
You did.
I don't know if you saw them or not. Okay.
Yeah, I've got like 6 notifications up here.
But yeah, although I am straying away from those kind of sweaters, because I've worn those kind of sweaters most of my life, because I've been, indoctrinated that, I'm a big girl, I should cover my butt. And now I'm at the point where I don't necessarily want to cover my butt. Although I'm almost 60 years old, I should cover my butt, but I don't care. But I still want at least one sweater like that.
Yeah, I don't have any.
I have a black sweater like that, but we've discussed this. Your Aunt Terry hates to see that sweater because it has all the strings coming off of it. Your father bought it for me at a discount store, and it immediately started. It's soft as all get out, but it immediately started falling apart as soon as I started wearing it. The pockets, it didn't even go in the washing machine, and the pockets fell off. It's like the pockets fell. One pocket has fallen off. Another pocket is 3/4 of the way falling off.
That's how some of my hoodies are. One of my hoodies has a huge hole in the pocket.
The strings hanging from the sleeve. Whenever I hold my arm up, you just see all those strings hanging from the sleeves. It's like a chenille almost kind of yarn. Yeah.
Can we sidebar for just a second? Am I crooked? What is going on here? Every time I keep wearing shirts and everything is sliding off of my left shoulder. And it's only
because you take after your mother, you are crooked.
Am I sitting like this and I don't know?
I'm crooked too.
Because it's driving me crazy. I was wearing my hoodie the other day and it kept falling off my left shoulder. My bra straps always fall off of my left shoulder. And I'm wearing these overalls right now. And like you can see my shirt is shifted this way. And my thing is falling. What is going on?
You hold your right shoulder higher than your left shoulder. When you used to carry a bag or a purse, did you carry it over your right shoulder?
Yes, always.
That's what happened. Because I remember reading years ago, and I know for a fact that it happened to me. I always carried on my right shoulder, and so unconsciously you kind of hike this shoulder up to make sure your purse doesn't fall off, and so you end up kind of maladjusted where this shoulder is a little bit higher than the other shoulder.
I'm gonna start carrying my purse on my left shoulder forever now. Never again.
So yes, you are crooked.
Even now sitting, I can see it. Oh my gosh.
I am crooked too.
I'm so angry. I'm sitting like this, trying to like counter adjust. Okay, continue what you're saying.
Okay, so I just wanted to show you your father usually your father has gotten to the point where if I mention, I like a certain kind of cough drop, the next day he'll bring me a bag of those cough drops. But this time he brought me something without it being a holiday and without being asked or mentioned. He brought me a basket. And he said, I think this would be perfect for your yarn. It's got little handles so I can carry it through the house.
So cute. Where did you get that basket? That's cute.
$1.25 store. Ooh. So I want to use this to hold one of my big projects. So I'm trying to decide if I'm going to put. I was going to put the yarn for the Avatar blankets in here because currently it's still sitting in the box that Joanne shipped it in.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to get it out of that box so I can throw that box away so I can declutter more of this room. So I was thinking of putting all of the stuff for the Avatar blanket in here, but I might put the cakes that I just bought for his blue blanket in here.
Yeah.
I just want this to be like a one project
Yes.
basket, but because I have another basket in the bedroom beside my bed that has like 2 or 3 smaller projects in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I want this to be a one project basket, but for like a big project, like a blanket or something.
I think the yarn that you just got for his blanket, I think that would be a good place to put it. Because you're probably going to work on that one fairly soon. And so it'd be better to put that in there and then you can use it and carry it around as opposed to putting the Avatar blanket stuff in there and then it just sits and you never touch it.
That's true too. Although I need to go ahead and throw Stitch Fiddle another $5 so I can go ahead and print off. Because I didn't print off the row by row count because I wasn't sure if it was going to make a difference. So I just was working it from the screen. And then I let my Stitch Fiddle expire. Yeah. So I think I might throw them another $5 and print off the pattern. So that I can, because it did make a difference having the row by row. I felt that I was stitching faster.
Yes, it helps out a lot.
Being able to read it rather than trying to constantly look at the chart.
I know, Ronald. Something is going. Is Mercury and Gatorade? The world. This is a doppelganger. We're gonna hear some pounding on the door. Help! Let me out! And it's my real mother who's been trapped in the closet.
This is Mommy 2.0.
This is
remember Mommy 2.0, or are you too old for that?
I remember this. This is not Mommy 2.0. This is Mother 5.0. We have moved. We are in the future.
Okay, I'm going to show a couple of my
coloring pages.
First of all, I've been watching coloring page videos. I don't understand how these people are getting 5 pages a week done. I don't understand. And I mean, their pages look like good pages, not just color by number pages. How are you getting 5 of those a week done? I was really focused this week on coloring. I didn't take coloring with me to Terry's, but I was really focused this week on coloring, and I still only got 2 done. And one of them was one that I was already working on, and so I finished. So really, I got 1 3/4 done. But both of these are from my best color by number 2023.
Yes.
And I think I'm going to go ahead and buy the 2024 book.
I was about to ask if you were going to buy the other one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead. I need to get some other stuff from Amazon, so I'm just going to go ahead and bite the bullet and put that in my cart when I buy the other things. Mm-hmm. But this is the one that I finished last.
Oh, seahorses! Cute!
It looks much better on camera.
I love it.
It looks pretty on camera. This was one of the all hexagons.
Yeah. That
you fill in. And like I said, filling these in is like almost meditative.
Mm-hmm.
Because I can using the green screen down in the bottom makes it easier for me to put something on the camera. Okay. Because I can see what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
But this is very meditative because they're very small spaces.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that. And both of these pictures are me trying to finish off my
markers,
my Crayola adult fine liner kit that I bought before I got all these alcohol markers and stuff. That was what I primarily colored with. And so I have like 22 out of 40 left because I have dried those out. I have used them up.
No kidding.
I've used up the ink. I mean, if you could see over on this side, you probably can't see it, but over on this side, all of this magenta is very dark. And then when you get over on this side, it's barely there because I was running out of ink.
You can't really tell on camera.
I was running out of ink. So then I moved over, and I've pretty much finished with this book because there are some pictures left. There are about, I would say, maybe 10 pictures left, but there's like maybe 2 fairy pictures that I'm not going to color.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 fairy pictures that I'm not interested in. There are some of those stamp pictures like this that I'm not interested in. And there's a bunch of Christmas pictures that I might do at Christmas. But I don't typically get into a Christmas mood.
Yeah.
So if I do any more pictures, all in all, I think there may be 10 pictures in here left that are uncolored.
Yeah.
If I do any more, it'll probably be the Christmas pictures, because like there's one, I don't know if you can see it, but there's this one Christmas picture which is like a building.
Yeah, I see it.
I like buildings.
Like a tree in front of it.
I like buildings. So I might do this one because it's got the Christmas tree and the wreath and whatever, and that's fun. It's buildings and it's that mosaic that I like.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I have a couple Christmas, and there's this one because I like that. This is what they call it, pattern animals. I don't like animals.
like that one.
I don't like animals, but I like pattern animals.
Yeah, where it looks kind of like tribal with the different sections.
Yeah. I like these pattern animals. So I might do that one. But this one has a Christmassy feel because it looks like a reindeer. So I might save that one for Christmas. So the only other one that I've done, which was this was almost like, let me just use up the markers and I'm watching maths and I want something to do with my hands, because this took no thought whatsoever.
Oh, it's cute though. I like it.
Yeah, they're cute, but like this is almost not even coloring.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's hardly anything that I need to do with this. And I just have my one in progress picture, which I always hesitate to show in progress pictures, but this is the last picture I'm going to do in this book for a while. So I'm going to probably get a new book. Which this is a pattern animal.
Ooh, I like that one.
This is I can't even explain it to you. This is very soothing for me to color. This is just there's something about, because spaces are not too big.
Mm-hmm.
And just the I can color it in without it looking very streaky. And and the way the color curves and everything, I can't explain it to you. Just something about these shapes and these pattern animals is very satisfying to color. It's very similar to the other one that I did, the one that I showed a couple weeks ago, that is the tropical one. The tropical color counts book that I did. Those are because they just have very small bits to color, and so they're very satisfying to do because they're very small.
Do you have any more in the Quirkles book, or did you completely go through the Quirkles book?
No, I happen to have Quirkles right here. And I was just thinking about that I want to do. I had started this one with colored pencils and didn't finish it, so I need to go ahead and do something.
Do we know who it is?
I don't know who it is, and I don't know what colors I had chosen to do with this. So now I need to figure it out because I don't know what color that pencil is. I've got 1, 2, 3.
Ronald says
4.
I haven't touched a single piece of yarn since I lost my job. You should try picking something up, Ronald. It might cheer you up to like have something to work on.
7. Yeah, I've got a lot in here. 8.
Yeah, I was wondering why you stopped because I know that you really only wanted like certain people up on the wall, and you were like worried about
10.
going through the whole book since there's not really any more.
11.
That's a ton.
I still have 11 people to do, and I have not done the Janis Joplin one, and you know Janis Joplin's my favorite, so
it sounds like you need to pop open the Quirkles book.
Yeah, I still have 11 to do in here.
And did you say that the guy is not making any more Quirkles books, or?
Yeah, he's not. So I've got this, and then there's the one with the masterpieces that I wanted to get. The one with the famous paintings or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah, so I wanted to get that other one. But yeah, I keep thinking that I don't have many left in here, but yeah, I do have 11 left in here. So, and I have Elvis that I didn't finish. I finished Winston Churchill.
Yeah.
And I thought I finished Elvis, but I did not. And I don't like the way Elvis was turning out, so I probably won't finish it.
Oh, it looks pretty good. Did you use the same color palette as what's his name up there at the top?
I think so. Yeah. So yeah, there's still some, but I can't even remember. Because when I sit these down, I do not remember what colors, because this was before I was like marking things down. Yeah. So like when I did these pictures here, I did them straight through. I worked on them every night till they were done. So I had the pencils or markers or whatever set aside. And then when I was done, I put them away. So like this one that I started with colored pencils, I don't even know what pencils went with that.
Or if you even still have the ones that you need.
Well, I know they're colored pencils, and I know that they are Prismacolor, so I know that I have them. I just don't know which one. I'd have to swatch to figure out which one it is, because I don't know. And I don't know what colors I meant to go with it. But I still have that Cityscapes. I really don't need to buy another coloring book. Because I still have the Cityscapes and whatever. But I still have that one. The thing is that like the Quirkles and the Cityscapes and My Handsome Men, those 3 are the more difficult books. Yeah. Where they're very like tiny and I really need to concentrate, or the numbers are really light to see, or something like that. This kind of book is very good for I'm watching TV at the end of the night and I can see all the numbers really easily, and it's just real easy to do. And so I'm trying to alternate between, because I like doing the more complicated, I like the way the more complicated pictures look, but they do take me longer because I have to focus. It's kind of like when I try to crochet something that's, like the Avatar blankets, where I actually have to think to make the picture that goes on the blanket.
And that's why I did a corner to corner, baby.
Whereas I don't want to have to do something. Whereas if I do something like a scrap blanket or whatever, I don't have to think, and so I can get some more stuff done more quickly on that. Okay, to wrap this up, we got about 10 minutes. Do we want to talk about our media consumption?
You can. I have pretty much nothing to talk about. I've just been rewatching old episodes of Last Week Tonight and Josh Johnson stand up, and I have not really consumed anything.
Do you watch Have I Got News for You?
I don't think so.
I like that one.
I'll go check that out. Let me. Are they on
That's
YouTube?
that's Roy Wood Jr. Yeah, if you look, you can find. It's not like the official YouTube, like last week tonight, the John Oliver ones. They officially put up their old episodes. The Have I Got News for You is kind of like bootleg. And
Yeah.
you need to make sure when you're looking, it's the American one with Roy Wood Jr.
Yep.
Okay, because there is a British one because they are like the American version of the British one. So you want to get the American one. But yeah, that I watch that. I have Max as part of my cable subscription. So I started watching stuff on Max again. Have you seen that there is another Dungeons and Drag Queens, right?
Yes. I still have not watched season 2. I need to.
I haven't started watching it. I was gonna start watching it because stuff like that is good for me to watch if I want to really get in on a crochet project or something.
Yeah.
Because I can just get into that flow and let it just run.
Yeah.
But you guys mentioned watching it, and so I didn't start watching it because I didn't know if we were going to watch it.
Okay, so we just need to coordinate to watch this together on my Discord. Because Ari and Tyler were waiting as well, and I just assumed, everyone must have just watched it without me. And Ronald did go watch it, but I think Ari and Tyler were waiting, and then you also...
Ronald didn't have no patience with us. But
we need to do.
But so now they have this Titan SmackDown.
Yes, with the wrestlers.
With the wrestlers. So yeah, I want to watch that. Even though I don't know any of these wrestlers, because I haven't watched wrestling since I was in junior high school. So I don't really know any of these wrestlers.
To watch wrestling. I didn't realize you used to watch wrestling.
Well, I mean, not because I wanted to, but because I lived out in the country. We had 3 stations after the cartoons. I didn't like cartoons either, but that's what was on when you woke up on Saturday morning. And then once noon hit, you either watched Wide World of Sports on ABC or you watched wrestling on the other local channel. And so sometimes I watched wrestling with my siblings. I watched whatever was on TV because there was no internet. And I only got to have 4 books a month from the library. And we didn't buy books. So my entertainment choices were limited.
I see.
So I just knew wrestling through osmosis. But no, I'm more interested in watching it just because I like that format of them taking people who don't play D&D and having them play D&D.
Yeah.
That makes it more interesting to me. It makes it more accessible because I don't play D&D. So it makes it more accessible for me to watch. That's what got me watching Dungeons and Drag Queens to begin with. And then I later learned that a couple of them had played D&D in high school, but still.
Also, what I'm hearing is we need to get together and watch Dungeons and Drag Queens because Ronald says he's only watched 1 episode. So we need to get together and watch Dungeons and Drag Queens.
Also, did I mention the Hobie app?
No.
Either Hobie or Hobby. Well, briefly. We've talked before about how I used to be a child who, we didn't have cable. We had 3 channels, ABC, NBC, CBS. That was all we had access to. So as a child and, teenager, I could memorize what was on every channel any night of the week.
Mm-hmm.
From between 8 p.m. and 11 p.m., I knew what was on every channel Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So if somebody asks what day does Happy Days come on, well, that comes on this day at 8 o'clock on ABC.
Mm-hmm.
I knew it without a TV guide because there weren't that many channels. But nowadays, there are so many channels. Sunday. Nowadays, there are so many channels that I keep losing track of what channel a show is on, and the shows don't follow the traditional. Because the other thing was, new shows started in September, and they ended at the end of May, and then during the summer, so June, July, August, you had those 3 months of nothing but reruns. Mm-hmm. There were no new shows. That was how TV went. Now TV is totally off the rails.
Yes.
Okay. You don't have the traditional, 22 episode season that starts in September. Shows can start anytime. They may not even be on regular TV. They may be on a streaming service.
They may drop the entire series at once.
Yeah, or they may drop it one episode a week. It's just they may do an 8 episode season. They may do a 22 episode season. They may be gone for a year and then come back.
Yes.
Instead of being gone for 3 months. It's like so I've known this for forever. It's not like this is new, and we just worked around it, and trying to make little lists or whatever. Having the DVR for a little while helped, because you would mark a season pass on the DVR or whatever, but we don't have a DVR anymore. And so anyway, I figured some light bulb clicked with me, because I had started hearing people on different podcasts talk about an app called Letterboxd for when they keep track of their movies or whatever, but that's more of a social network type thing. And then it hit me, there's got to be something for TV shows. And so, because another TV show we watch, I just found out while I was looking for one thing, I saw this TV show, and they're already 4 episodes in. Ooh. And this is a show that we like to watch every week. They drop 1 episode a week, and we are like, when's the next episode? And we watch it. And it's it's not like a high drama or anything. It's a reality show. It's Next Level Chef. But we love this show, your father and I. And whenever there's an episode, we watch it right away. And so we didn't even know that the show was 4 episodes in, because we didn't know it had come back already.
Because no one alerts. Like, how are you supposed to know when the alerts?
I know, because you don't. When you watched regular TV, I'm sounding like the old lady again, but when you watched regular TV back in the day,
there would be the commercial like Next Level Chef coming back this May, and like Next Level Chef showing the next week.
Exactly. You'd see those commercials that told you, and now you hardly ever see those commercials, because we are so.
If you're lucky, you'll see them on like YouTube or something.
Sometimes, but we are so in a bubble that you can skip commercials. You can see only what you want to see and nothing else. So you don't know when stuff is coming back. So anyway, I found this app called Hobie. I wonder if I can pull it up.
Is it spelled like the yarn company?
No, I don't even know how to pronounce it properly, because it's just Hobie. So I don't know if it's Hobie, whatever. Did somebody just say it was removed from the App Store? What nonsense is this?
No.
Oh no.
You were just about to teach us about this amazing new thing. Is it really removed? I'm going to check it on my phone right now. Hobie?
Hobie.
Looking it up. If I can find my Play Store. I so seldomly download apps that when I'm looking for the Play Store app, I can never find where it is.
Well, you go to the official website, and they have a link for Android and iPhone.
I see Hobie Expressive Art Therapy.
And now it says not found. When I click the link, it says not found.
No.
Oh, bummer. Well, there's other apps that do something similar.
Go ahead and explain to us, though, how the app works, even though we can't get it.
I'm just mad. They still have it for iPhone. I'm sorry.
So it's just the Android?
Yeah. Yeah, apparently August of last year it just kind of disappeared
Furious.
from the Android app. I'm looking at Reddit to see what the Reddit people say. Um, let's see. 7 months ago, the Hobie app developer went on there and said life has been crazy. Hobie is not abandoned. They're building version 3, expecting it to launch by the end of 2024. I know the iOS app version that I have is updated.
So it's just Android that doesn't have it.
Something about Google won't let them send a special update or something.
Oh yeah. Because the different companies have all their rules. Well, go ahead and describe the app for the iPhone users out there in the world.
Okay, so basically, it's an app where you can put all of your. I'm not even gonna pull the website up. You can put all of your TV shows
Married at first sight.
You got all your TV shows on there. Yeah, Ronald, I know we need to hurry up. You put all your TV shows on there, and like this is a show your father and I are watching. It's Watson. It says the show is running. It tells you when the next episode 8 is coming up in 4 days. And it has a description of the show. And if you go into, it says like seasons. And if you go into the seasons, you can click off the episodes that you have already watched.
Mm-hmm.
And it shows, and if it has a circle next to it, that means there's an episode out. You just hadn't watched it yet. And you see, if you go down to these ones without a circle, those are the episodes that have not come out yet, but those are the episodes that will be coming out, and it's got the dates they'll be coming out. And then if you go to, so like on this watch list, it tells you on Watson, it says season 4 is the next episode that you need to watch. So when I go, because sometimes what happens, because we are sharing services, sometimes more than one of us are watching this show, and say your brother
will watch it and you don't know if that's the episode.
Like your brother may have watched it and he's on episode 7, so it'll look like it's been watched. You can't just go by, oh, has this, you know how the videos have that little across the bottom. Yeah, that shows that you watched it. But if somebody else in the house has watched it, but you haven't watched it yet, you don't know. So this helps us keep track of what we have actually watched. Your father and I have actually watched.
I feel like I don't watch enough TV shows for that to be useful for me. Like Wayne and I don't watch enough of the similar TV shows, and I just watch too much like YouTube and Dropout. So like I don't watch enough.
You would think you would think that, oh, we don't watch that much, but then when I started putting this thing down, it's like, oh, there's a lot of shows that we like to watch. That I got a lot of shows on here, and it has. If you go to my shows, the other thing I like is that they have a timeline. So like the next Gogglebox episode is coming out in 15 hours, and then the next level chef is coming out in 1 day. The next married. It shows you in order
of the shows that are coming out. That's cool.
Of shows coming out. And it has, those are the only 2 things I use. I don't use this whole discover thing to find new shows, because I already know what I want to watch. And I discover shows through other things. And they also have a statistics thing based on what you've checked off as watched. Like, total time spent watching TV shows, just out of the shows that I have checked off that I have actually watched, is 97,000 minutes. That's exactly 2 months and 7 days worth of TV shows.
But like, why would you want to know that?
I think they threw that in there kind of as like, because you have the Spotify Wraps type thing. Some people like
Yeah.
statistics. I don't care. But some people, I saw somebody ranting on a video the other day about how Goodreads doesn't give you all these statistics about this and that and the other. I'm like, ma'am, I use Goodreads to remind me that whether I've read a book or not. I could have a paper journal for books, but then I'd be flipping through that thing all the time. I can just search through Goodreads and know, yes, I've read this author already, and these are their books I've read. I don't need the social aspect of any of these apps. I don't need to discuss with anybody about these TV shows, except, I'm talking with you, but like, I don't want to go on a Facebook type app or like even Ravelry. I briefly used the group aspect of Ravelry and realized I don't need that. All I want
I recently saw somebody complaining about how every app is turning into some form of social media. Like he got some I think it was like smart lights for his house or something. And he downloaded the app to change the color. And there was like a commentary, like social media section in his app for his smart lights. And it's like, what? Who needs this?
I vaguely appreciate Reddit for like just now when I saw that, okay, the app's not on the app store anymore. I'm glad that exists so that other people can discuss it and I can go lurk and find out what they know. But I don't want to be on any kind of social media for my books or my knitting and crochet or my TV shows or anything like that. I just want the apps to keep track of things for me. But I don't need to share it with everybody else. And all these people who rant and rave about. But anyway, this was the Hobie app. If you have iOS, it's really cool. If you have TV shows you want to track, I like it, and it's free. You can pay to get rid of these little ads in here, but they don't bother me. But yeah, I don't need any of my apps to. I'm just gonna finish this rant really quick. I don't need any of my apps to, and I get offended, although I shouldn't, because everybody, one of the things that aggravates me is when somebody says, well, everybody knows, or everybody says, or everybody wants. Well, no,
But
everybody doesn't. And like these people who are ranting about how Goodreads is trash because it doesn't do this and this and this and this. Well, then it may be trash for you.
It may be find another app. Yeah.
You go ahead and find another app. But there are people like me who just want to track what books they read and what authors they've read already. So if it's an author they don't like, they won't go back again. I don't read other people's reviews. I don't participate in the book clubs or anything like that. I don't need any of that. I just need to keep track in a way that I don't have to write my own app.
Basically write everything down.
Or write my own app. Because some people would say, oh, well, you could use a spreadsheet or whatever. But why do that when Goodreads exists? And I don't have to write anything and come up with formulas to do exactly what I want it to do. Goodreads already exists. They already have a database of all the books with the covers and everything. Why would I do that? Exactly. Okay, get us out of here, girl.
I think we're freaking out of here. If you liked what we're doing, give us a like. If you want to support us and keep following our journey, my mother hates our journey. Why don't you smash the subscribe button? I think that there's like a specific wording that you have to do for the little buttons to light up, and I can't remember which one it is. And if you want to be notified when we go live, hit the notification bell. You'll also be notified when we start posting pre-recorded videos next month. We've got some fun stuff planned for you guys.
Maybe. Don't oversell it. It may not be that fun.
Okay, you can decide yourself how fun or not fun it is, and let us know in the comments how fun or not fun it is, including on this video, how much fun or not fun you did have. And I think we're out of here.
Take a nap, Ari.
Take a nap. I'll see y'all like at 7 EST to play some games. Bye.
Peace out.